Welcome to Thoughts of a Woman. I'm really glad you're here. This is a space for honest reflections, real-life lessons, and the kinds of thoughts that usually show up when the day gets quiet and you finally have a moment to breathe. In each episode, we'll explore perspectives on life, growth, relationships, self-worth, and the everyday experiences that shape how we move through the world. Sometimes it'll be practical. Sometimes it'll be personal. But it will always be real and inspired by biblical truth and teaching. There are seasons in life where you're holding on with everything you've got. You're fighting for something, protecting it, trying to keep it alive. Maybe it's a relationship, a dream, a version of the future you planned out in your head. And you're not holding on casually either. You're holding on like it matters, like it's sacred, like letting go would mean you failed. And then something surprising happens. Not always after some huge argument or dramatic ending, but sometimes just out of nowhere. One day you wake up and it's like a switch flips. You realize you're done. Not done in a bitter way. Not done with anger in your chest. Just done. And what's so strange is the feeling that comes with it. It isn't panic. It isn't that frantic voice saying, "Try one more time. Fix it. Don't give up." Instead, it's calm. It's peace. It's this quiet sense of love and contentment that settles over you like, okay, this chapter is complete. That moment can feel almost holy because it's not driven by emotions swirling out of control. It's driven by clarity. You're no longer bargaining with reality. You're no longer trying to force something to become what it isn't. You're simply accepting that it's reached its ending. And when you get there, you start to notice something else. It's like your soul knew before you did. Your mind may have been arguing, analyzing, replaying memories, collecting reasons to stay. But deeper than your thoughts, something in you already understood the timing. Your soul was patient. It waited until you were ready to release it without breaking yourself in the process. I think that's one of the most compassionate parts of spiritual growth. The idea that God allows us to walk roads we think are permanent, even when they're not our final destination. Sometimes we call it wasted time. Sometimes we call it a mistake. But maybe it isn't either of those. Maybe it's a detour that still belongs to your journey. Because here's the thing, a detour doesn't mean you're lost. A detour means the route is different than you expected. It might be longer. It might be uncomfortable. It might force you to see things you wouldn't have seen if life went according to plan. But it can still lead you exactly where you're meant to go. So what if that thing you fought so hard for wasn't meant to last forever, but it was meant to shape you? What if the wrong person, the wrong job, the wrong environment wasn't the destination, but it was the bridge? Not a bridge that excuses what hurt you, but a bridge that carried you toward wisdom, strength, and self-respect. And when your soul finally says, it's time, it won't sound like chaos. It won't feel like you're being punished. It will feel like freedom. Like you can put down a heavy bag you didn't even realize you were carrying. Like you can unclench your hands and breathe again. That's when you step forward, not with resentment, but with love. Not because everything was perfect, but because you've made peace with what was. You're not dragging the old chapter behind you, trying to reread it every day. You're closing it gently and walking into what comes next with a lighter heart. Now, if you're listening and you're in the middle of the confusion, I want to speak to that too. Because the middle is hard. It's hard when you don't know whether to hold on or let go. It's hard when you're torn between loyalty to what you built and the quiet suspicion that it's no longer for you. In that season, don't rush yourself. But do pray for clarity. Pray that God gives you strength and guidance, not just for the final decision, but for the days leading up to it. Ask for peace that is stronger than fear. Ask for calm that doesn't depend on circumstances changing overnight. Because when peace leads, you make different choices. You stop choosing out of anxiety. You stop chasing control. And when the moment comes where you have to make a change, you're able to align with the deeper wisdom inside you. You're able to move on without spiraling, without second-guessing every step, without living in regret. And maybe this is the reminder today: your soul has a way of recognizing what your mind takes longer to accept. It knows when something has completed its work in your life. It knows when the lesson is learned. It knows when it's time to release and begin again. So if you're standing at the edge of an ending, let peace be your confirmation. Let contentment be your sign. And when it's time, let go gently, trusting that God can use even the detours to bring you home. Your soul knows the way. Follow its whispers. Love, Thoughts of a Woman. God bless.